Welcome to the Test of Time series, where we play old games and then find out together if they're still worth playing today. So, in this episode, we're going to be revisiting one of my favorite games right here, growing up on the regular Nintendo, but in a slightly different way. We're going to be playing the recently released Super Nintendo port by the talented NES ROM hacker who goes by the name of Infidelity. I will leave his information in the description box below. I will say right off the bat, I have not played the SNES port yet, so I will be experiencing it for the first time. I personally am very excited. So without further ado, let's jump into this. So sick. Man, could you imagine if this was part of the NES game back in the day? That would be so fire, man. They don't make theme songs like this anymore. And I know we all know that, but I still think it needs to be said and appreciate it. This is so good. Like I say, right off the bat, I think it looks better, it looks cleaner. And I do have the analog NT, so I'm able to play my original DuckTales in 1080p. So it looks good, but it doesn't look this good, that music. So if you press the select button, you can also change the palette. So you guys see here, there's tons of palettes to go through. You got PC 10, which is the Play Choice 10. That was the arcade version of Nintendo. This one's classic. This is always a good one. I think I'm gonna go Play Choice 10. Not the original, but the better one. Because you could see if you go Play Choice 10 original, like it turns the menu bar up there pink, which is just, it's cool, but it's not true to form. And it looks like Play Choice 10 better is true to form. So we're gonna go there and then let's go. And I'm sure right off the bat, guys, you can tell that we have a much improved soundtrack. And this is the remastered soundtrack from DuckTales Remastered, which is actually really cool because that's a great soundtrack. Of course, like one of the things I really loved about this game is all the secrets. It was always so cool that you could go on to the top of the screen. That kind of stuff was just cool, and then you could do it again. And I think the first time we saw that was in the original Super Mario Brothers. I think it was on the underground level, World 1-2, if I recall. We could go onto the top of the screen and then go access the warp pipes, which like that was just really cool back in the day. You gotta psych these guys out to get past them. As far as controls, guys, everything feels good here. Feels true to form. There's no input lag. The pogo stick is super responsive, and I think the colors just look good. It looks more vibrant. I gotta say, it's a shame that DuckTales never did get a Super Nintendo release, like an official one. It's a shame because DuckTales was still super popular. You guys remember that part. Normally there's slowdown right there, and you gotta time that jump good. Not perfect, but good in order to not die there, and there was no slowdown, so it was easy. So this fixes little things too that you're not even probably thinking about, because I wasn't thinking about it. Okay, good. They updated the controls there. I got a little worried. I'm like, oh my God. I don't know about you guys, but back in the day, I remember pressing the wrong buttons there sometimes and then getting sent back to the beginning of the level. I better get my act together here. There we go. The boss fights were always fun. They weren't too crazy, weren't too hard. You learn the moveset, make the proper adjustments. Pretty simple, but they were still fun. Love the Transylvania level. Sounds great. Let's go up here first. These were the Bugle Boys, right? That was their name. This house has an illusion wall. Yeah. But they give you little tips here and there. And that is true. You can go through some of the walls in the game. This is another game that had like really good animations. And I know I talked about that when I played Yo Noid. And again, this is another game from Capcom. They were just doing big things during the NES era, and they still are. I just love that there's secrets everywhere in this game. This soundtrack's so good. Digging that electric guitar. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you think about the graphics? Again, this is a port. right? They're not completely remaking DuckTales on the Super, but I think it definitely looks a lot better. Oh yeah, this mirror brings you right to the boss. I forget this chick's name. I gotta beat her, I forget her name though. Oh shit. Oh, I got lucky there. Sloppy Steve. There we go. So I gotta go back to Transylvania now to get the key. Yeah, I was gonna say, I do remember that you just go right there. Eureka! And if you guys see me jumping backwards and touching the walls like I'm doing, that's how you get diamonds to appear. I don't know if you guys know that. If you do, great. If not, you learned something new, and I mainly just wanted to explain myself so you don't think I'm jumping all erratically here. Again, more secrets. I love the free lives that you get there. A little Scrooge McDuck doll. I was supposed to jump on that and then jump on that treasure. Oh, wait. Yes! Another free guy. Yeah, so there's this area with Miss Beagley, is what I was getting at. Yeah, here she is. So yeah, she'll throw out ice cream cones to you that I really never need, but I still appreciate it and thought it was cool. So you guys can see here, to get across, I'm gonna have to hit all these, I think, frogs in succession. So I'm gonna take a leap of faith here. There we go. That was like really hard back in the day, I don't know why. Obviously it's not that hard. Hidden treasure. Again, this is one of those things I just love about this game, is all the hidden stuff, all the secrets. I'm just gonna head up here and get to the boss. There's much discussion these days about overall video game length and how much a game costs in association with the length of the game. And I understand why there's debate on it. I do. And I'm bringing it up just to say that growing up as kids, this is a full price game. And I'll have this game beat in under an hour. But I still love this game, is what I'm saying. And this is a game I've been playing since my childhood, right? I've had this since it came out. And it's definitely one that I've played numerous times. All right, Himalayas, here we go. But again, this is a game I've just played so many times, and it's brought a lot of joy to me. So despite the game's length being short, it's brought me joy for decades, literally decades. And I think there should always be something said for that. If I recall, there's an area over here where you can save Bubba. If you remember Bubba from the cartoon. Spider's on his A game, there we go. Yeah, here we go, Bubba's trapped in the ice. Yep, all right, there we go. He'll break down this wall for me if I recall. Yeah, there we go. Extra life there. All right, I gotta get my acting gear, guys. These guys pose no threat. It's funny, you know what I mean? Yeah, you guys know about that? This boss fight reminds me of Mega Man. But yeah, it's very similar to one of the bosses. I forget which one, but it's obviously in the snow level. I gotta say, I gotta find some free lives. Okay, here we go. The moon sounds great. And I gotta say, this level was really cool back in the day because it was just epic. You're going to the moon in DuckTales. Scrooge McDuck's going to the moon. It was really cool, especially as a kid. That sort of thing didn't happen. And you got all these alien enemies. And this guy always gets stuck right here. It's classic. I feel like he's getting stuck more than he normally does, though. Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna follow me over here. Thought he would have got lost on the other screen. There we go. Again, secrets everywhere, guys. And I think there's a key over here. Yeah. Yep. It's the key to the UFO. Like, how cool is that if you're a kid playing this and you're just like, I just got a key to a UFO. So not only am I playing a level on the moon with this epic soundtrack, but I'm possibly going to go unlock a UFO with this key. I want to applaud the original game designers, whoever was doing like the storyboard for this game. You guys did such a great job. I'm a year out from being 40. And the fondness I have for this game, very few games can rival it. Let's just say that. I have a lot of great memories with this game. I'm sure you can tell. Some nice platforming here, some pogo stick platforming on the moon, hidden treasure. There's gonna be a really cool cameo coming up here soon. A couple cool ones towards the end of the game here. There we go. Gizmo Duck. I think all the children of the 80s and 90s appreciate it, seeing Gizmo Duck show up right there. They didn't have to do that, so I appreciate it. God, I could really go for a free guy. All right, here we go. I think one more hit. There we go. Solid. This part's really cool too, coming up here. All land clear. How much money do I got? I have 2,443,000. If you want to get back the treasures, come to Dracula Duck Manor. So we're back in Transylvania, and this is it. This is the final part of the game here. And the animation here is classic too. Like, they did such a great job. There we go. Yeah. This is it. So you got to use these bats that he launches at you to then pogo off the bats and hit them. I really enjoy the platforming elements in this game. Because it was like a puzzle, almost, that you'd have to solve in order to beat your enemies. And I thought that was cool. I think one more hit. It's not over though. Here's this cool part, yeah. You may be in Dracula Duck, but not me. If you want the treasures back, you'll have to catch me. And then you had to literally race them up here. And it was just like such an epic moment growing up. So you're like, oh my God, I gotta hurry up and get up there. And you just have to land on the treasure first, like that. Jumping for joy. Scrooge remains the richest duck in the world. Lads, I couldn't have done it without you. I am the richest duck in the world. That's new. We never had the theme song at the end. I think if you watch me play this right now, it's probably gonna be pretty clear to you that for me, most certainly, this game has stood the test of time. I don't think it was ever in doubt. I still love this game. For all the reasons I did before, the gameplay is still great. It's actually a great platformer. The music's fantastic. The theme's great. It's short. It's a short game, but it doesn't need to be long. Because this is a game you could play forever, like I have. I say forever, but since it came out in 1989. Here we are in 2024. Despite me playing it on Super Nintendo, on this port that I got, I still have my original DuckTales. I have DuckTales 2 cartridge on NES as well, and I just love these games. And if you guys have never played it, check it out. I would also suggest checking out WayForward's 2013 Remastered, DuckTales Remastered. Amazing game. The graphics look fantastic on it. Excellent soundtrack, gameplay, everything. They did an excellent job. It's one of the many reasons why I appreciate WayForward. They did a great job with DuckTales. I think they did a great job recently. If you haven't checked it out, check out my review for Contra, Operation Galuga. Excellent job. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on the next video.